Hi, we're back. Hopefully do a little educational video this time instead of just a rambling video. So, got the 8/8, welded up the housing to the tube. Oops, excuse me. We put on some big bearing, big Ford bearing axle ends, okay, on each side. We're going to use some cut to fit axles. They just come in a longer length with extra splines. You cut them down to what you need them, pop them in, and you're good to go. Again, for my last video, folks, if you're handy, you can do this stuff yourself. You don't have to pay people to do it. You know, granted, some things are out of people's wheelhouses than others. So you know, with doing rear ends, just keep them. You got to keep them straight so they don't warp and do stupid things and end up like a spaghetti noodle. You put these cups. So Ford bearing is 3.150. The bearings I'm using, there's different ones, but 3.150. You put that inside of the housing end on that side. Come over here, put this one in. I got a long solid steel bar right there. And that goes through the axle housing through here with bearings. You got to put, I got other bearing cups right here. Put those underneath each cap. Slide that shaft through. Sorry, I'm moving around. I hate when people video and move around, so I try not to do it. Run that shaft through all the way to this side. Then you lock it down. You do your welding and you test it, and you make sure that bar spins freely. And as long as that bar spins freely, you know your axle tube isn't warping one way or the other, and everything's copacetic. So again, got those put on. Excuse me. I bought a set of 389 gears. Got rid of the 327s. So hopefully that'll get us a little faster. I don't know, with this old turd. So brackets. I can't bring myself to spend damn near $200 on a set of Tin Soldier brackets and everybody else's. And I'm not saying they're not worth it. Those guys build an awesome product, and if I had the money, I would love to buy their stuff. But I'm cheap. Remember, I'm cheap. I'm frugal. So anyhow, I bought a set of these, made them fit here. According to Tin Soldiers, they go from the edge of the housing to here, like 8 and 7/16 inches on each side. And what that does is that straightens out your lower control arms, kind of. So if anybody's familiar with Mustangs and even like G bodies and stuff, lower control arms are at an angle. So what this does, it just moves it inboard a little bit so they're nice and straight. The tops you can't do much because it's cast in place, and it is what it is. So what I'm doing today is I am checking pinion depth. I've had it checked. I'm good to where I'm at, but I've had this tool for over, I want to say, what am I? I'm that old. 30 years, 25 years, and this first time I finally figured out how to use it. I'm stupid sometimes. I admit it. I spend money on race cars. I'm stupid. So anyhow, so what we're looking at, this little fixture's in the way, but it works for me. So there's a little, they call it a dog bone down there, and that's a split thing, and it slides this way, and it's machined on each end. So where that dial indicator is right here is the same surface as this here. And so what that's doing is we're checking the checking distance between the end of the pinion to the center line of the third member axles, whatever, third member, center of the ring gear. And that number on this set of gears is 2.633. And since I only got one hand, I can't really show you real well, but you get the end of your dial indicator where it's gonna go, stops right where it should. So I got it at 2.633 inches, where they say to have it. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to put the spool in and check my backlash. I was in here last night working and I had 4 thousandths backlash. Spec is like 8 to 11. So I need to move some shims from that side, or a shim from that side to this side, so it moves the pinion gear over so we get a little more backlash. So I'll shut the video off here and I'll get it all set up and I'll be back. All right, we're back. So I did this off camera because I wish if I was more video production-ish typey guy, I'd be all ready to do this. But spontaneity is the best. So pinion depth is good. So they give you shims to move the ring gear side to side. Kind of a neat thing with these. Ford 9-inches just have spanners, and they're a lot easier. Got preload on them. You want to be able to have to tap these shims in just so you got some preload on the bearing. You don't want no movement in the spool to wipe out your rear end. So, like I say, I did it off camera. I just had to swap one shim out of there to move it over there to move it that way to get my backlash. I only had like 5 thousandths. So I'm shooting for 8 to 11. So we got the dial. Oh, wow, that's shiny. So we got the dial set at 0, and we just get the backlash. Screwed that up, didn't I? Move that to 0. So just the backlash is the space, lack of better words, the slot between the ring gear turning and the pinion staying stationary. So it's 10 thousandths bad camera angle and all kinds of light going on. So I'll paint the teeth with this yellow marking compound, and I'll put drag on the ring gear as I turn the pinion, and I'll check the pattern. You want to make sure that you get a good pattern going, the wear pattern, kind of like this. You want your pinion to mesh in the center, basically, of the tooth here. This is your coast side, and this is your drive side on the back side. So you want that gear pattern in the center of the tooth, lengthwise for the most part, and center of the tooth from here to here. This is your heel, and this is your toe. Again, the back side is your drive side. The front side is your coast side. So, yeah. I'll see if I can't do this one-handed. But I'm going to get my paintbrush. I don't know what this marking compound is, but anyhow, you just kind of brush it on like that. Can't do this left-handed, but we'll make it work just for my faithful followers, all 5 or 6 of you. So, and then you come around here and paint this side, and like I say, it'll give us an idea, and I'll finish it up after the video. But I really like to be useful, be a useful idiot. That's a phrase from something, but I don't remember what. So anyhow, just kind of run the gear, run the ring, put some friction on it with my knee. So run the ring gear around a couple of times, then run it backwards. Sorry, I apologize. All right, we're coming up on the gear marking compound. So right there, our tooth pattern is pretty much in the center. I'm happy with that. And our tooth marking on the coast side is in the center. And I don't have anything really running off the bottom down here, and nothing running off the top up here. So that contact patch is pretty good. So we've got a rear end set up. Sorry, it's not focusing. But I'm going to get, excuse me, got another axle bearing coming tomorrow. The splines end about in the center of the spool. So what you do with the Fords have a 2.5 inch, I think they call it offset, to where the outside of your flange is 2.5 inches away from this housing right here. So you put your tape on 2.5, or you just do math, because math. So you come in here, and this axle is going to be roughly 28 inches, roughly. And then this side should be 1 inch shorter. I did shorten this rear end. This side will be roughly 27 inches plus 1.5 inches. So 26.5 plus 2.5 would be 29. And then this side, we're at 28-ish, 28.5, so it'll be 30.5, 31. So, like I say, I'm waiting on the bearing, and I'll get them cut down, and I gotta get studs. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with studs. Those have been welded in, tacked in. Again, this was from a dirt track friend of mine, so that decide what I'm doing for studs. I got to figure out what I'm doing with rear brakes. I have an idea. Get rid of those little wimpy piss-ass calipers that can't stop this thing for nothing. So, yeah, so that's where we're at. I'm happy with it. I think I said I shortened this 1 inch overall from factory just because I want to keep the wheels for now. I'm cheap and don't want to buy any more wheels just yet. And those are like a 5-inch offset or back spacing wheel. So got to do some, I really don't want to do this again, but who knows? It's so much fun. But anyhow, hope you learned something. Hope you enjoy the video. Kind of the first one like that I've done. Comment, like, subscribe, like everybody else says. Yeah. So anyhow, everybody have a good evening. It's Wednesday. Yeah, hump day. So I'll take care, and I'll see you on the next one.